Marvellous.
Now then, here's a good story. A keen gardener has had a visit from the police after cutting a bush into the shape of a finger gesture. Richard Jackson has been told off for his work because his work of art might be an offence under the Public Order Act.
Well, Mr Jackson says his topiary work wasn't intended to offend anyone and was only a bit of a joke. Keith Wilkinson has been to investigate.
Richard Jackson can't believe his carefully trimmed bushes could land him in trouble. Someone has complained to the council and the police have called to have a word with him. We aren't going to show the actual piece of topiary in case it causes offence, but it could be described as a rude finger gesture.
Well, I'm very sorry. If I've upset anybody, I wouldn't want to upset anybody. But it wasn't done for that. It was done in a very light-hearted way.
I think it's brilliant, and it's really good to do something like this freehand and to shape it. It's been there. We've had it 8 years, and for somebody, you know, to think it's offensive is just silly, really.
Mr Jackson has no plans to cut down the offending topiary, but just in case he is made to, there's already a Save the Bush campaign underway. Neighbours at Wharton near Tamworth say they like the bush and it makes them smile.
How he's cut it and the other trees as well, I think it's quite good.
So it doesn't offend you at all?
Doesn't offend me at all whatsoever, no.
It is a rude gesture, isn't it? I mean, did you do it as a rude gesture?
Yeah, it is a rude gesture. I'm sorry about that, but it was more like boisterous rude than actually vindictive rude, really. And it was the shape the bush was, and as I was cutting it, it evolved.
Warwickshire Police told us they had sent a police officer to investigate, although they had not received a direct complaint. They said if they did receive a formal complaint, they would look into it and deal with it proportionately. Keith Wilkinson, Central Tonight.
It's a very tricky story to cover, that, isn't it?
It is. Very delicate filming there, I think.
What do you think?
Well, to be honest, I think it's very clever how he's done it. You know, that must have taken a long time.
It is. No, it is clever. Actually, I don't want to give you my opinion. Let's give you the thoughts of some of you who've got in touch with us on Facebook today. Dawn Spencer asked this question. What's happened to everyone's sense of humour? It's funny, not offensive, she says.
Maxine Morrill says, well, at least they keep it tidy, not like so many gardens, so it gets the thumbs up from me.
Yes, nails nicely trimmed. Jude Meacham says it's on their property, so they're entitled to do what they want with their garden.
And John Sims says it's relevant to today's news about banking with news about hedge funds. Get it?
Dear. Fell into that trap, didn't we? Lots of you in support of Richard Jackson. The only point I would say, if you were walking past with the young kids, I could see how you might be a little offended.
Yes.
Is that?
Yeah,
anyway, maybe
sure,
that's me being too...
Hence the fact we filmed it like that.
Yes, carefully. If you want to get involved in the debate, of course, the hot topic, ITV.com/Central for the Facebook and Twitter links. If you disagree with the majority of people supporting him, lend us your thoughts a little bit later on.
And if you'd like to get out and do a little bit of gardening this weekend, well, maybe nothing as adventurous as that, but I think we are going to have some gardening weather. Shall we take a look? Because James Wright has the forecast for us tonight.